Oh shit. Oh shit. Crap, I'm gonna be late.
Welcome to the Puff Podcast.
We got a special guest tonight.
Dude, I'm just
Yeah,
chilling.
boy.
What? Who's in the house? Let's chill. I'm just sitting by myself. What's up, dude, bro?
Testing.
Yeah.
Recording, everything's good. My level's good.
Yeah, let's do this.
All right, baby.
Let's
go.
spark it. All right. I'm Andreas, and this is Puff Podcast.
Woohoo!
Yeah. All right. I'm here with Brittnee and Gab.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. It's great to have you guys.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
I
totally.
wanted to be on here for a while.
Yeah.
So I drove my happy butt up here.
I'm glad you
This is
did.
actually the first time we've met in person, too.
Right? We've been talking for maybe like a year
Yeah.
now.
We're still on Instagram. And now this is our first time meeting after like a year.
Yeah.
But you've only been
super
up
cool.
the road the whole time. So
So you're coming from Colorado Springs.
Colorado Springs,
Yep.
the Gap, but you were born
The
in
Gap?
Colorado Springs. Yeah, the Gap between,
Oh.
you know,
Is that what it's called?
And, yeah, the Gap. You're from Colorado Springs. You should know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, lived there all my life. Native. You as well.
Native. Yep.
Native to the Colorado Springs. That's all we know.
Yeah. You guys never ventured out?
For traveling, but not.
Yeah, I didn't go
Haven't
to
lived in one.
college.
Mhm.
Well, I went to a community college, but in Colorado Springs.
Yeah.
So, stayed there. We love Nashville, though.
We do.
Oh, nice.
Have you ever been to Nashville?
I haven't.
Oh! A lot of people think it's just country, but it's not just country.
No.
It's
What else?
It's Music City.
Okay.
So if you like
Everything.
music, you're gonna like Nashville.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm all
So-
about like live shows and
Everywhere you go,
Yeah.
Monday,
Corner,
Friday, like that place is like Vegas, but like just more.
I feel like the sign of music towns are when they have people busking on streets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like they're like, this guy's really talented. He's just on the street.
Yeah. Like everyone that you meet there is like trying to become something of themselves, and I think that's like what you take away from Nashville is like people on the side of the street that are asking for money are different than in Nashville. Like
Right.
they're actually playing music and earning, you know, what they're asking
Entertainment,
for
yeah.
and things like that. But anyways, we're not talking about Nashville. But we love Nashville.
But you should go.
But you should go. That's all we have
Make
That's
it
what's
about
up.
Nashville. Nothing to do with anything.
So then is your heart in Colorado Springs?
I wouldn't say Colorado Springs, but I know Colorado in general.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really want to, like, I don't know, go anywhere else. I really like the weather in Colorado. Like,
Right.
I'm not a hot girl. I hate the hot.
Nope.
She hates
Gab knows. All year round, we need the air on, air conditioning. But I think Colorado is really beautiful. I don't really have the urge to go anywhere else. I mean,
Yeah.
for what I'm pursuing and stuff, it's kind of a small market, but like maybe I can make a change in a small market
Totally.
with
So
whatever I'm doing.
pursuing, you're talking about radio?
Radio, entertainment based. I like radio. It's what I'm in and what I'm doing, and it's really great. But
Yeah.
I've always wanted to be on TV. So
Right on.
yeah, so entertainment or sports is kind of like my little side hustle. I like to call it my
Yeah.
little niche. So wherever that takes me would be nice. But I fell into radio by accident just because I knew I wanted to be on TV. And I knew that was the closest thing to get to TV was like in Colorado Springs was probably, you know, the news station or the radio station. So kind of fell into radio.
Yeah.
Been
How'd you
doing
fall
radio?
into it?
So I was looking right after high school. Like I was just like looking at places like where I can get my foot in the door kind
Yeah.
of in entertainment in a way in music. So, and then I was like, oh, the radio station is like right down the street. Let's see if they're looking for somebody. And I had just graduated high school, and I remember I was like attending college, but I was failing music class in college. My teacher hated me, but it's also because I never went to class.
Yeah, I've been in that situation.
yeah. So I was really bad at school. Like I was more like the social type of girl, so I always knew from a young age that I wanted to be in something entertainment based, speaking based, music, things like that. So I was doing really bad in school, and I was like, this is not it for me. I know I want to do something more than school. Like, this is not working for me, Mom. Like, please help me.
Let me out.
Yeah, let me out of this place. So I found just the radio station, iHeart, locally in Colorado Springs, and I reached out. I reached out during an email, and I was like, hey, I'm just looking to learn. Like, do you guys have an opportunity for someone my age to just come in and just, I won't touch anything. I won't
breathe
stand in the
anywhere.
corner.
Just wanna
like,
watch.
Right, I just want to watch and see, like, what I can learn. Like, I'll freaking sweep the floors if you guys need me to do that. So, but they got back to me, and they're like, yeah, come in and shadow. And there was a girl there at a time. She's actually now up here. She used to work for 97.5 or 95.7 The Party. Her name was Deanna.
Yeah.
And she was my mentor, and she kind of took me under her wing and kind of showed me the ropes. And then she came up here from the Springs up here, and then passed me along to this woman named Angela Cortez. And then, like, I owe my whole career to her. She taught me everything I know and helped me move up. Started as an intern, wasn't even getting paid. Really just kind of, you know, showed what I was worth there, and then been there 5 years now.
Starting from the bottom, 5 years.
Yeah.
So, what have you learned in these 5 years?
So, I've kind of learned a lot. It kind of...
I bet.
Yeah. So, I would say, especially being a woman in media, it's probably a little different experience than probably you would have. You definitely get looked at a little bit different. You definitely have to work a little bit harder.
Yeah.
So that is kind of something I'm still even learning to this day, especially on the side of pursuing sports and entertainment. Like, that is a rough industry for women.
Right.
So I think just, like, being taken seriously and, like, standing with the big dogs is kind of what I've learned over the past few years. And, like, I don't know, really working hard and, like, showing them that you're capable of doing things and learning things. And I've also learned, because a lot of people, they see radio and they just automatically assume, like, oh, I get to come in there and I get to, like, meet artists and, like, all these things. And that's, like, not even the cusp of what you do. Like, those are some perks, but, like, you gotta get in there and you gotta work and you gotta learn all these different technical things. And
Super detailed, I'm sure.
it's a lot. It's a
Yeah.
lot. I'm still learning to this day, you know. There's so many things between, like, what's playing on air to the dead air to the artists to the talking to record labels to record reps. It's a whole nine.
So it's like a day-to-day working for the radio. Are you, because I'm sure you have to do some research, and it's not just the show. Like, there's a lot more that goes into it.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
I love that you mentioned that, because once again, you know, like, there's just this idea that you come in there, you get to crack the mic, say whatever you want, which in reality,
Perfect.
right, like, which in reality, yes.
Yeah.
A lot of people, I always joke with Gab that they, like, send me their SoundCloud links, and they're like, hey, can you play me after Post Malone? And I'm like,
No, I can't.
probably not, bro. Like, I can't just
Not
throw
this
in
time.
Lil Kirby 719 after Post Malone. Might get in trouble for that. Right. But yeah, like, my typical day is I go in, my show starts at 3, so I usually roll in around, like, 12:30. I kind of dick around for a bit. Hopefully I can...
You say whatever you want,
podcast.
yeah.
I was like, I assume that probably wouldn't bother you. But yeah, I kind of see what everybody else is doing, especially right now. There's only, like, a core 5 in the studio, so we've been, like, helping each other out and lifting each other's weight with a lot
Okay.
of stuff, so with different stations and stuff.
So just 5 of you guys run everything.
Yeah, at the station right now.
That's pretty badass.
It's a lot. It's a
Yeah.
lot. And we have 5 radio stations separate to the one that I am on.
Yeah.
So, like, we have a country station, a top 40 station, kind of a classic station. So we're all trying to, like, make sure programming-wise everybody's still on the air. You know, people's commercials are getting done, endorsements, like, the whole 9. But I'll go in, dick around a bit, eat my little lunch. My typical lunch is apples and almond butter, vanilla.
Very nice.
Justin's. The brand Justin's. Okay.
There we go.
Yep.
Sponsor me.
Sponsor me, okay? I eat like 3 of your things a week. And then I go into the studio, and sometimes we'll get, like, stuff from sales of, like, hey, we got you this endorsement. Like, would you mind cutting this spot? If you need any details of what I'm saying, stop me right there and be like, what the hell is a spot? Because I'm just so used
What's
to
a
it.
spot?
Okay, cool. So a spot is, like, so if you hear on the radio and it's like, this is sponsored by T's Car Wash. You can
Yeah.
get your car clean. Like, something like that.
Okay.
So basically, the salespeople sell that and grab a talent, which is us, to voice it, like a commercial.
Yeah.
So it's called a spot.
Okay.
So sometimes I'll do those, or like we have a cash contest right now, which is like a nationwide thing all through iHeart all over the world.
Dang.
So we have to do that.
What's the cash contest for?
It's just an opportunity. We have a cash contest every quarter. So it's like summer, spring, fall, winter. And basically it's just an opportunity for listeners to win $1,000. Literally
on.
by texting in a keyword. Yeah.
How do I enter?
You actually
What's the
can.
keyword?
Right. You just gotta listen every day from 5 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Okay.
So let me give you that whole spiel, okay? So yeah, I've been working on that a lot, and basically you have to go into the system, grab all the keywords, and then you have to plug and chug them in onto the radio, and then make sure it's the right keyword, playing at the right time, you know, and like making sure that the promo sounds good, going in, editing, you know, all the bells and whistles and how you want it to sound, and then playing that, and then going back the next week and changing them. So I've been doing that, and then I usually prep for my show. Yeah, but my show's from like 3 to 7, and we have like this thing called 411 and the 719 where I prep of what's happening locally, what's trending, that's like nationally, entertainment, sports, anything.
Yeah.
And then I have a co-host, so we have a segment called Fact or Whack, and I try and stump them with a question.
Fact or whack.
Mm-hmm.
You got any questions?
So I usually use the internet for that because,
Okay.
like, whatever, because I can't come up with, like, did you know? Like, whatever.
Fun fact.
Yeah, fun fact. But, yeah, so that's kind of like a typical day. We do our show, and then I'll probably do some social because I run the social as well. So I'll do
Nice.
social, posts, try and engage with audiences, try and get our social up because that matters.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty busy day. Like, I feel like I'm always at work even though I'm not at work.
And then your show, you said 3 to 7. Was that like 4 hours? You're on the whole time?
Yes, but there's a fun fact in radio.
Oh, snap. Inside scoop.
Inside scoop.
Oh,
So
snap.
you don't have to be live if
Okay.
like your station doesn't need you to be, because if you really think about it, like there's so many things going on during your show. Like we have people coming in for interviews, going out to events, hosting events. So we have the opportunity to like record ahead
Okay.
in case we have other things. So I tend to do that sometimes because, you know, I have other things I have to do, especially now with only 5 of us. So we tend to like record the show kind of ahead of time. But we are in studio, so we can take like live calls and things like that. But,
Gotcha.
you know, like it could be like 5 o'clock and then I've already recorded up to like 7.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I'm in the studio, but I'm just not like live.
Yeah.
Like live. So that's a little fun fact in radio.
Cool. That's
Like,
interesting.
Yeah, that you can record ahead of time if you need to.
Yeah. No, that definitely makes it easier. And like, so I guess you just like have stuff ready to go to plug it in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I think the hardest part is probably just like prepping because it takes a little time. Like I usually take like 10 or 15 minutes before the show starts and like go through my phone, check all the news sources, like, you know, like look up celebrities, new music that just dropped, things like that. That would like pique our listeners' interest.
Yeah.
But it's so crazy because all of our stations are so different and have such different listeners that you want to make sure it's like tailored to what they'll enjoy.
Okay.
So like I'm hip hop, so you know, like unless it's about Tech Nine or a new gift card to like Bear Diner, like nobody really cares about anything else.
Like
but-
where?
Right. So, but yeah, so it's kind of like what that looks like, and
Yeah. Do you have a favorite part or like a segment or?
Okay, I'm gonna say something, but I don't want it to sound bad.
Okay.
So, okay,
Cool.
so I take
Hit it.
this with a grain of salt. Okay, so I do have a co-host, but this is like the first time that I've ever worked with someone else in a studio with me. In the 5 years that I worked there, like I've always had a solo show before this, and it's such a different thing.
How so?
Like, so when you are doing your solo show, like, it's just you, the entertainment you want to do. Kind of just, like, you're in control of everything, you know, and you kind of can just do it the way you want to do it.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, when you have a co-host, you kind of have to, you know, work as a team, kind of, you know, bounce off each other, keep it more conversational.
Yeah. It's
And
like a relationship.
Exactly. Yeah. And so I found that's really hard for me. Like, I love people. Oh, this might be your friend.
Let's see. Yeah. I think
Kissimmee,
that's
Florida?
Yep.
Hello.
Yo,
How are you?
pretty good.
Good.
How's it going?
Good. We are
Is Brandon
just
treating
chatting.
you right?
We've just been talking about
We've
you.
just been chatting, talking crap about you, so.
What? Okay,
What?
are we live right now? Because
Yes, sir.
my fans aren't gonna like this at all.
Your fans, I love it.
They're very dedicated.
I love that. Are you just getting off work and traveling now?
No, I'm at work right now. I'm on my break.
Gotcha.
It's like I gotta talk to Brittnee. I got a few questions.
Okay, I'm ready.
So you work at the radio station?
Yes. Yes, I
You should
do.
listen to this episode, actually. We've been talking.
We've been talking all about it.
Wait, so what is that like? Because right now, I mean, not a lot of people listen to radio. You know what
True.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is it weird working in radio right now? Compared to like 20
yes.
years ago, maybe?
Yes. Radio's a lot different nowadays than probably like 10 years ago, where that's where everyone would get like their source of news, and like people are about calling in and wanting to be on the radio, and just like not so much moving forward. Like, to be honest, I don't listen to the radio. I listen to my own playlist, like on
Damn.
Spotify. But it's like, you know, when you leave work, you don't really want to like be associated with work, so you
Yeah.
kind of just
Feel that.
don't, right? But yeah, it's definitely a lot different, but we still try to stay within the times, you know, like for example, this podcast and stuff, like we have our own podcast and like social and engaging with listeners. We do like giveaways with things that are still on and popping. People will always do anything for concert tickets.
Yeah.
People will do anything for free, literally anything. So that'll never go away, and I think that keeps us like kind of always kind of separate and local. But yeah, I think it's always a fun experience for people to like call in and, you know, have the songs that are popping right now and things like that. But yeah, it's definitely different. I mean, I'm only 23, so like I'm sure it's way different than it used to be way back then, but I mean, it's still
for sure.
on and popping for sure. But that's how
Like,
I'd
you
say
probably,
it's different.
like back then, you probably only heard the music, like new music on the radio, or somebody, you know, let you borrow a CD or something.
Right, exactly. But I mean, it's good and it's bad. I know a lot of people that really don't listen to the radio ever, but I mean, that's cool. They'll be like, if there's tickets, I'll listen, or, you know, if there's a song I want to know, they'll call in and stuff. But there's still thousands of people listening a day, hundreds of thousands and stuff, and we have our app and things like that. So, you know, and like salons and grocery stores and places that need to play just like music on rotation, and yeah.
Yeah,
It works
facts.
out.
No, I mean, when I worked at a gas station, they had the same. You remember the song by Taylor Swift, "Shake It Off"?
Yeah.
Lord,
Absolutely.
That thing was on repeat.
Yeah.
I wanted to blow my brains out.
Yeah, I know.
God.
That's the one thing about radio is how much we play songs an hour, but it's actually like a mathematical like thing of like how long a listener is. Like a listener's like only tuned into something for like a minute and some seconds. So like, you know, we like base it off of that with rotation and play, and like, you know, that record label and stuff like that is like asking to be played this many times, so we have to accommodate that, and it's like a whole thing, and Billboard
That's wild.
charts, and like it's actually a thing of like why we play songs so many times.
Yeah.
I just can't go into details because that's beyond my
It's beyond your pay grade.
yeah, it's beyond my pay grade and like my mental stability.
I'm not dealing with that.
Right. So, but there is a science behind that, I promise. It's not because we just don't know what else to play.
No, I mean, I didn't know. I thought it was just like, let's play this song now. Let's play this. I didn't know there was a math equation to this.
Mm-hmm.
Lord
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, people only have a
God.
short attention span. You'd be surprised. Like, literally, I have to say so much stuff within a, like, second of frame because that's how short people's attention span is. Like, I think the longest I talk in between songs I've ever talked is maybe 23 seconds. So, like, I have to get so much
23
info.
seconds?
Yeah, in between that.
Is that
So-
tough?
How fast are you
Oh,
talking?
absolutely.
I'm Brittnee live in Colorado.
Yeah, and you have to make sure you get the call letters in there. Those are very important, which is like the station name and the brand and
Yeah,
things
yeah.
like that. You want an
What is
intro.
y'all's call letters?
So
your
it's
station?
it's 96.1 The Beat and then KIBT.
96 won the beat.
Yes, 96.1 The
good.
Beat. Yeah, hip hop.
I hear an extra voice. Who's in here?
Oh, we got Gab. She's my friend.
What's good, Gab? What's good, Gab?
She's here for moral support.
Always.
Okay, she's not a radio personality either?
No, she's a salon girl, manager.
Okay, she's your entourage. All right, I got you.
Oh yeah,
Bodyguard.
my biggest fan.
Bodyguard. I like that.
So you say 23-second attention span. Are you like, because Andreas and I were talking this last episode we recorded about social media and how it's changed and everything. Mm-hmm. What do you think, like, because this is your dream career, right? You see yourself doing this next 10 years, 5 years, whatever? Yes
and no. I was just telling everybody, like, I kind of want to go more the TV route. I actually enjoy being in the front of the camera and necessarily not behind the mic, but I do enjoy, like, speaking. And I do love music and things like that. I mean, if I'm in radio for 10 more years, I'll be content. But, like, I'd like to give it a go at, I don't know, some sideline reporting or football game or hockey game or something like that. But I'm in the industry that I want to be in for sure. Okay, so you want to be more of, like reporting on TV of what's going on? So either, like, E-News or, like, just NFL sideline reporting or any sports, NBA, really anything, soccer. When LeBron retires, I better see you courtside. I hope so. I've gotten some pretty cool opportunities to, like, do sports. I worked with some NFL teams, so, like, the Jags and the Chargers. What? Really? Things like that. Yeah. So I'm dipping my toe in there where I think I need it to be, kind of. Do you really see a different world? Like, because, you know, sports, you really see, like, what's on TV. Mm-hmm. You don't see what goes on behind the scenes. Yes. Did you see, like, some of that? How the players interact off camera? I love that you mentioned that, because that's kind of the route that I've taken and the approach that I've kind of gravitated towards in sports is not necessarily the stats, more kind of who's underneath the helmet. Because you can look up stats of any player that you want to look up. Yeah. Like, that's easily Googleable. That's a word. Yeah. So, Googleation? I don't know. Yeah, something like that. So I've always wanted to take the approach of, like, who are they? Like, who were they before they became this athlete, before they went to the NFL, things like that. Yeah. And it's very, like, a lot of the players they've got a lot going on. Like, a lot of them are doing it because of how they were, like, you know, treated and how the person they want to be and just, like, you know, the man they want to be, not necessarily because they can throw a ball or make a pass or do a touchdown. It's just because of, like, where they've come from. And they have some pretty amazing stories, and a lot of them are super shy, and a lot of them it's like a learning experience and kind of a way for them to kind of, I don't know, like, I don't know how to describe it, to kind of, you know, be held accountable. Like, a lot of them need some type of, like, I can't find the word.
To, like, have something to prove.
Yes, yeah, kind of.
Themselves.
Yeah. Like, a lot of them,
something
like,
to keep them grounded, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because a lot of them, like, go in there, especially rookies, you know, that are, like, not guaranteed to be drafted and stuff like that. They, like, go in there and they think NFL and they see the lights, but they don't really know how to talk to someone in an interview or when a broadcaster comes in or when media comes in. And it's, like, really training these guys to be, like, a wholehearted great guy underneath the helmet. Yeah. So, like... Do you think some of these players... Because, like, you mentioned that, and it's so true. I mean, not that I know, but... If I look up some of my favorite basketball players, their early interviews in the beginning of their careers and interviews from the later part of their career, it's completely different, the way they talk. Mm-hmm. You know, they're more confident in front of the camera, and, you know, reporters don't try them as much. Right. Right. So, how is that, like, do they get trained, or do reporters help them out as well? Like, yeah. Absolutely. So I'm actually a part of an organization. It's called Galvanize, and that's how I've been out to these boot camps with these players. It's actually run by this amazing woman, Laura Oakman, and she's hosted the Olympics. Yeah. She's been on tour with Michael Jordan. She's been to every Olympics. She's been sideline reporting for years and years and years. And she actually has this organization where she takes young women and, like, helps them become confident reporters and broadcasters in entertainment and sports, because it's a hard world for like women. You know, it's a very man-dominant type of industry. So she knows what it's like and knows what it's been through. And there are a lot of people that respect her in the business that are men. And, like, she's been so amazing. And so she actually helps us basically have a gang of women with us to, like, be supported by, and helps us, like, approach these players and people as their friend and not really media, because a lot of players, they think we're just going to ask them the typical questions and, like, not really get to know them, and they don't really take away anything from it. So she just wants us to, you know, take it a different approach, be good, grounded women, and, like, have them be able to respect us, you know, and not just, like, see us coming and they're like, woo, like, forget an interview, like, what's up, baby? You know, like, to stay professional and, like, give us the opportunity. Mommy, right. So if I didn't have her, I don't know I don't know how I would be able to even, like, approach being in front of TV, and definitely even in the sports industry, because it's very intimidating. Yeah. But having her, she's been very helpful, and there's hundreds of girls that are my friends around the world that have been doing these boot camps with me, and we've learned a lot, and I've gotten a lot of respect from players and even coaches and staff from these organizations that still connect with me, and she just gives these girls a good rep for that industry, so it's nice to have someone like that to, like, fall back on.
No, that's dope. Like, having, like, an OG and a mentor, someone that's helping the younger generation, because a lot of people don't really, I would say a lot of people, there's people that know what they're doing, they're like, I don't care, like, they'll figure it out.
Right.
And to take time, like, that's a lot of time she's taken to help you guys out. And you hit it on the head. There's not a lot of women reporters or analysts, like Doris Burke, because I don't really only watch basketball, and Doris Burke is one of the only ones that comes to mind. There's a couple others. On TNT, there's one. She played WNBA, but, you know, they were really good, and there's not a lot of them.
Absolutely.
So, like, what's your kind of, like, plan to break through that mold?
I don't know. With how the world's going, man, you think you get so far, and then we all go back about 12 feet. Yep. You know, like, talking about, like, I'm sorry, Black Lives Matter and things. It's like things you're dealing with of, like, we're still here, like, you know. Yeah. Like, it's crazy to even think that that's, like, stuff we're still dealing with in our community, and the women's rights, and, like, I don't know. I want to say that, you know, it's going to be a positive journey for me, and that I'm going to make an impact, and I'm going to be trusted within that community. I mean, within radio, I've made some big moves and things like that, so I've kind of proven my spot there, but I want to go bigger, and I want to go better. So I hope that it's a positive journey for me, but like I said, as being a woman and being in entertainment in the industry and working in sports or whatever, it's always going to be that extra struggle. So
yeah, it's because, like, in this kind of job, people don't quit. They either retire or they die in the chair.
In the chair, on the mic.
Right in the chair, yeah.
On air.
Die in the chair, on air.
That's terrible.
Yeah, and it's funny because there's always someone in this industry that is waiting to be next. So, you know, there's a lot of people that want that job too. So either, like, take it seriously, you be on your game, or, like, there's someone probably out there that's willing to work harder for less money or things like that, you know, because it is a cool opportunity, but you can't be blindsided by the cool perks, you know, and not get the job done. So
yeah.
You think there's, like,
you gotta be hungry.
Yeah, I gotta be hungry.
You think there's, like, a constant pressure because of that? Having people always wanting to take your spot or the spot ahead of you? Or...
Absolutely. Like, even Laura Oakman, my mentor, she's, I don't want to say how old she is because I don't know, but she's amazing. She's a beautiful lady, but, you know, she's been in the industry for years.
Yeah.
And she even tells us, she's like, I'm preparing you guys to, like, take my spot, you know, like,
Damn.
You always want to prepare someone, the youth or whatever, younger, because you're not going to be around forever. I'm sorry, you know, like, you're not going to be.
Wait, what?
Are you kidding me? There's what? I'm going to pass one day? No.
Expiration?
No.
Right. Oh my God.
My world is ruined.
I'm sorry to do that to you, man. But, you know, like, you got to prepare for, like, you know, moving on and maybe doing a different thing, or someone coming in that's, you know, going to give you a run for your money. So I don't think it's a lot of pressure. It makes you want to work harder.
Yeah.
But I know if someone comes in better, that's fine too. You know, there's people with better talents and that it comes naturally and better and things like that. But I think the pressure is, honestly, I keep going back to it being a woman. Like, I so badly just want to be like, it doesn't matter. Like, I can still hold it down in sports. I can still hold it down on TV. I can still hold it down behind the mic. So I think that's the thing that, like, gives me pressure, is, like, being a woman. Yeah.
Oh, that's the truest. And that makes me wonder, like, if I were to have a daughter, like, hopefully by the time she's that age, it's not even a problem.
Right. You hope, like, right?
I want to do this.
It's so crazy where we're at right now. I'm just like, there's no hope. No. This is crap.
Yeah, it's just like so many piles or problems compiling on top of each other. It's just everything starts to get buried. Like, there's so much going on. It's ridiculous.
Absolutely. There's so much going on, and you know, it's just things you have to think about now. It's like, you know, maybe later on in, like, raising children, it's like, what are they going to go through?
Yeah.
Like, oh, my gosh. Like, if this is what we're going through right now, like, oh.
It'll be a whole new set of problems.
Yeah, they're our future, man. So, I don't know.
Do you feel overwhelmed with, like, trying to keep up, especially with obstacles and, you know, just... Radio and TV is it's cutthroat. Like you were saying, it's cutthroat.
Yeah.
Some people will backstab you just to try to get in front. Is it overwhelming, stressful, trying to keep up?
Yes. I would say definitely, like, it takes a toll kind of on your mental health. Just because you feel like people are always watching you. Because we're considered a public figure, you know, like, especially within radio, they want you in the community, they want, you know, the audience to be your best friend, you know, they always tell me, like, you need to be talking on air like you would to your best friend in the car. So, I think, definitely in the last couple of years, it's definitely played a part on my mental health, because I would feel like I'm always, like, I'd have to do social, so I'd always have to be posting something interesting about me, or, like, things like that, and sometimes it felt too forced and too fake, because it was becoming like it's my job, you know. So I was kind of felt like I was like losing myself, and you know, there's a lot of people I meet throughout my life that want to be my friend for what I do, you know. So I can't tell you how many times someone will have a good conversation with me and then get to that point where they think they got me, and they'll be like, so that concert, or can I come in, can I do a giveaway, can I, you know, send you my SoundCloud link, can I, you know. And it's just kind of like, there's more to me than, like, just my profession.
So you feel like they're just trying to get to know you to...
Yeah, absolutely.
To just get a little bit something out of it.
Yeah, to kind of get it in. Which there's a lot of people in my life that, like, where, you know, I know that honest connection and things like that, and I have no problem sharing that with people that are important to me and things like that. So it's usually the people, though, that don't ask that I give that access to in my life. But sometimes it's hard to, like, meet new people and create honest friendships because of what I do. And Colorado Springs is very small because I've grown up there and I'm a native, and so everywhere I go I see somebody and it stresses me out because some days I look literally like a rat that just came out of a butthole and I just want to go get some damn mayo from King Soopers, and like I listen, I'm no Justin Bieber or anything, but like it makes you like realize why so many celebrities go off the deep end, because like it gets to a point where you just can't go anywhere without like just being Radio Brittnee, you know? Like, people always come up to me. One thing that people always say to me is, do the radio voice. And I'm like, this is the radio voice. Like, this is it. I'm talking to you. Like, it's not some, like, weird thing I pull out of my ass. And, like, you know? Like, people just talk to you like you're, like, I don't know. Not just, like, trying to chill.
Yeah.
You know, and be a person. So it's just, like, I think it's important for me and, like, anybody in entertainment or public influencing or anything like that is to have a great group of people that have known you before then, and to get like help, like therapy and things like that. That's definitely helped me come back to like who I am without my career and things like that. So
Hell yeah, because it's a toll. I talk to Andres about it all the time, like going to work, coming back, doing this, and just trying to keep up. And it turns, like you said, it turns into work instead of your passion and something you love doing.
Right.
And I tell my cousin the same thing. He's trying to get into making vlogs. I'm like, you just gotta look into the camera and act like it's your homie. You know, like, what's good, everybody?
Right.
So what's some stuff that you do, like, to distress? Like, do you play sports? Do you skateboard, hike? I don't know.
So I'm very outdoorsy. I love the outdoors. I love going to the mountains whenever I get a chance.
Can I be honest for a second?
Yeah.
If I were to guess, based on your accent, I would have said you were from the South.
Everybody, I know, everybody says that. Everybody says that. I'll be talking to them, they're like, wait, where are you from? I'm like, Colorado Springs. They're like, bitch, shut up. Where are you from? I'm like, dude, I'm black. Does that help? My daddy's dark. I don't know.
Because I moved from Tennessee and I'm outdoorsy in Colorado Springs.
I really don't know where I got it from. Yeah, because like nobody in my family talks like that. It's just maybe my little twang came with me. I don't know.
It's all good out here.
It's all good. Yeah, but I like to snowboard. I suck at it, but I like to believe I'm like a pal girl, you know, slut strand society, like
hell yeah.
Whatever.
Nice.
Yeah, but I'm very people person oriented. I don't even know if that makes sense. I love people.
Yeah, no, you're outgoing and
yeah.
chill, I guess.
I don't like to be alone. So, like, even if it's just, like, going over to Gab's and just laying on our couch and we're literally not even talking to each other, I just like being in people in my space, you know?
Yeah.
Gab's probably sitting there like, not again.
No, always welcome. Always.
Always. But, yeah, that's kind of, like, what I do. I mean, I don't know, man. I like food. I like smoothies.
What's some good food down there?
Good.
What's some good food in Colorado? Because I can't find no Puerto Rican restaurants up here in Denver, and there's some down there they told me are really good.
Dude, I don't know Puerto Rican food, but if I hear anything, I'll let you know.
You are the first.
I know where to get a good acai bowl, and that's about it.
Yes.
But
yeah, no, I have yet to find like good, unique food out here. Honestly, Chiba Hut's fire though.
Chiba Hut is fire. Chiba Hut's really good.
I ate Fast Shack the other day, and I was like, I gotta go for a walk, man.
Heck yes. Dude, let's get you a Chiba Hut sponsor, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, does it include free sandwiches?
Yeah. If you talk about their product and say how good it is and what your favorite sandwich is.
Oh, I don't know.
You don't think you could do that for some money, boy?
Oh, you sound like old friends back home.
Hey, boy.
Well, hey, I appreciate talking to you. Appreciate you being on.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
gotta get back to work, unfortunately.
Absolutely.
Hey, everybody, all my fans, I love you guys.
Oh,
Andres,
no, you're good.
Don't ruin the set, please.
Oh, no. Where does Ricky Marius starts out?
And shout out to Gab. I don't know who you are, but you're people.
She the realist. Okay, that's all you need to know.
Okay, bet.
Cool.
But hey, we'll have to get you on again where I can be there.
Absolutely, yeah.
Just talk about whatever. This was cool.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for chatting, man. Have a good day at work.
What is it? What's the call number?
96.1.
96.1 the beat, bro.
What's your
Thank
girl
you for
B?
listening to 96.1 The Beat.
There you go. There you go.
There's that radio voice.
There you go. There's the radio voice.
All right, deuces.
Bye.
See ya.
All right, what's good, everybody? We'll be right back. You know what I'm saying? We're chilling.
After these short messages. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Puff Puff Podcast. We just wanted to give a shout out to our awesome sponsors. Yo, we just wanted to say thanks for tuning in to another one of our episodes of Puff Puff Podcast.
Appreciate y'all. For real. You guys are, I love every single one of you 20 people.
We're doing this for you.
We're going to grow because of y'all.
You got to help us grow. Leave a review. Let us know how we're doing. That would mean the world to us.
Yeah, tell your mama, tell your sister, your brother, your friend. I mean, whoever you know. And if you liked it, they might like it. Hey, share it. Because we got something to say.
Hey, you need a light?
Hold up, bro. Aren't we supposed to be recording this episode? We need to get back, bruh.
Oh, shit, we got a podcast to record. Let's go. All right.
Good guy.
Yeah, no, he's a great guy.
Yeah.
So you were saying your dad's African.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Black.
And you have,
Dork.
He's black.
you have an apparel company, right?
I do.
Yes.
It's called African, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that where'd that come from?
I whipped that out of my ass.
Nice.
On accident.
On accident. It seems like everything's done on
Everything
accident.
in my life happens on accident. So I'm one of those people, I don't have a timeline or anything because I've just from experience seen a lot of things happen that I did not mean to happen. So
Very
I'm
cool.
like, listen, whatever. But yeah, African apparel. So I'm mixed, Caucasian and African American. My mom's full white. My dad is black as the night. And then you got me. So I kind of don't know where I got the idea. It kind of happened when I was like at my friend's house. It was during the weird time of like community college.
Yeah.
Just wasting my damn time in the classroom. Hated every minute of it. And I went over to a friend of mine. I did competitive gymnastics growing up for a really long time. And so I'm still really good friends with a lot of those people. And it was one of my friends, and she's creative. She does art as well. She's into theater and things like that. Super creative girl. We were over at her house, and we were just messing around on one of her little drawing pads, iPad thingy type situations. And we were just messing around, and we came up with this fun logo, which was like the logo I have now. And she was like, I would actually buy that if that was on a shirt. And I was
damn, that's actually good.
Yeah, and you're like, wow, okay. And I was like, oh, super dope. So I was like, I'm gonna go put it on a shirt, just to see what it would look like on a shirt. I don't know. So I put it on a shirt, and I was like, asked my mom, I was like, do you think this would be worth selling? Would you want to put this? She was like, sure. So it's kind of how the business started, and then it just kind of went from there.
That's what's up. Selling apparel is pretty tough.
Oh my gosh, it's kind of the worst.
Yeah.
It's been definitely a learning curve because I never wanted to be a business owner. So with the, I don't know, the taxes and legal things, and I was just I'm still learning and everything. But I trademarked the logo and the name and things like that. And I'm in a shop downtown in Colorado Springs, which is a co-op, which is really nice. So they kind of help me, and there are a lot of small business owners as well. So they're helping me through it.
Okay.
Because I still have a lot to learn. But yeah, it's hard, and a lot of it's so I do bulk, and so basically the designs are just mine, but I don't do the printing myself.
Yeah. That would be ridiculous.
Oh my gosh. And those printing machines are super expensive too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So, where was I going with that? Something about
Do it
printing.
in bulk.
Oh yes, so I do bulk.
Yeah.
So I do bulk ordering and stuff, but that stuff's not cheap too. So it's I have to make that money back to be able to put into another product or another design.
And not be stuck with thousands of shirts.
Yeah, which I've had before, kind of still do, where it's they're just sitting downstairs and you're oh, everybody hates this design. Okay, cool. What am I going to do with all these 500 shirts,
Yeah.
So.
Do you try and test your designs out first, or do you just get big orders and hope for the best?
When I first started, I kind of did send it. Send it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I stayed within my logo a lot. And then what I realized going forward was, so my motto is be proud of who you are and where you come from. So it's for everybody, whatever. Mm-hmm. But when people see African, they just assume it's for people of color. So going forward with that, I was this is really controversial, and a lot of the Karens don't understand it, and they don't want to buy it. So I was just kind of down on that, and I was okay, no, the people aren't meant to wear it that won't understand the brand.
Right.
Those are the people I don't want strutting around in my stuff anyway.
Yeah.
So I was right, Karen, I don't see you walking around downtown in a African apparel store anyways. So you go ahead, go to freaking Costco and buy your leggings. I don't know.
Buy your leggings.
But so within that, I was just okay, this is getting really confusing for a lot of people. I even still have people today that are
Wait.
are you African? And I'm like, no, I'm a white woman selling a African brand. Like, that would make so much sense. But, so I was like, I need to kind of branch out, and since it's for everyone, I need to start thinking about making things for everyone.
Yeah.
So that's when I kind of started to step away from my logo and do more, like, of my favorite slogans that I live by, which is side hustling, things like that. The bear and the moose, because...
The bear and the moose.
It's like there's like a bear and a moose in a canoe on my logo.
Oh.
So I like took the bear and the
Amazing.
moose out and let them do their own things. So
They're off
like,
the canoe.
They're off the canoe. They're striving. They're thriving. They're doing different things. You know, like, and this is Colorado and stuff. So I wanted to stay very outdoorsy and unisex. And so, yeah, it's been really good so far. And now with what's happening in the world with Black Lives Matter, everybody's like, Brittnee, let me get a shirt. And I'm like,
Okay.
now you get it, you know? Like, not that it's only based to Black Lives Matter things, but people are more prone now to being like, oh,
Supportive.
can I support your Black-owned business? And I'm
Yeah.
like, absolutely.
Of course. Where were
Except you,
before?
Karen. Now you want to come hang out with me, Karen? No, too
Now
late.
you want to understand.
Yeah.
You're not
So-
gonna make some shirts for Karens out there? Some Karen-specific shirts?
Not
Listen,
Karen's
I'm
time.
trying to make them into like tank tops and stuff so she can, you know, show off her cool little shoulders. But they don't want
Damn.
to. They only be staying in like Kirkland's and stuff.
Right. We'll get him there.
I'm trying. But
That's what's up, though.
yeah.
You got a lot going on.
Yeah, help. SOS. Somebody. Yeah, but I don't think my life would be any other way, honestly.
No.
I'm very...
Do you like to like bounce around between all the different
Oh
things?
my
That's.
gosh.
I don't think I could operate if I was just doing one thing. Like I have to.
Thank you.
Like an hour, maybe 2 hours max, I could spend doing, and my focus
Yep.
is just gone. Out
And
the
you're
door.
just... boop,
Yeah.
boop. I'm the exact same way, and I've always been that way. Like, I think... So my mom is very different. So I love using her for an example because she
Nice.
is my best friend, but we are two different people, like, extreme. She's been at the same job for 30 years.
That's wild.
And thinking of that makes my skin crawl.
What does she do?
She works at Shine Mountain Resort. So it's a resort
Okay.
down in Colorado Springs. But she's like a manager, does like everything. But to think to be at the same place for 30 years,
Yeah.
like, stresses me out. Like, oh my gosh.
Right.
You know, like, I just want to, you know, succeed somewhere or do whatever or change some lives or make an impact and then be on my way.
Yeah.
Same here. And then be on my way. Like, you know, I want to
Just float
be
around.
everywhere, do what I need
Yeah.
to do, you know, but I don't know. It stresses me out to, like, have a timeline or, like, but I probably need more organization.
I mean, you're definitely not headed down that path from what it seems.
yeah, but, you know, like, it would probably help to, like, have some organization because sometimes I don't know what's happening.
No.
Sometimes I don't know where to be. Sometimes I don't know what time it's supposed to be a thing. Sometimes, you know, like, I have a planner, but do I use that bitch? No. I tried, though. I was like, I'm going to get organized. So I went to Target, bought a planner. Did I use it?
That's
No.
a start.
It's a start. I was thinking about it. But, you know, with everything going on, I need to, there's some good things and bad things about it, but I just, yeah, I can't be in the same place
No.
for a long period of time. I get itchy.
I don't know how people do it. I
Yeah.
go crazy.
Oh my gosh. Like, I don't know about, you kind of are the same too.
A little bit.
You like
Yeah.
to kind of be doing something always. I just feel like I'm wasting time and space
Mm.
if I'm just,
doing the same thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
You
hard to
know-
grow when you're doing the same thing.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's hard to grow, especially like, you know, when you get sick and you're like a workaholic and then you
Yeah.
like actually have to like rest.
Yeah.
And then you're just like sitting there like, ugh!
I don't know how to
Like,
do this.
right. You're like, I need to be doing something. I'm missing something.
Feeling guilty.
I'm wasting my life away just sitting on this couch right now.
Just gonna shrivel up into
Just
a
gonna
raisin.
roll up right here on this nasty ass couch. No purpose for me anymore. That's how I feel.
Yeah, it's a tough balance,
Mhm.
but rest is definitely important. But I struggle with it so much.
Do you?
Yeah,
Oh
just
my gosh.
it just feels like an unease, you know.
Yeah. Like, who
Um,
likes to, like, rest? Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
yeah.
necessary.
Yeah,
you know,
but-
like, I mean, like, to live, absolutely, but, like, you know.
I mean, if you're doing something you like it's really hard to stop doing stuff like
you like.
Yeah.
Right.
That
Or
you're
if,
like passionate
pursuing your dream or goals, like it's hard to turn it off.
Right.
Yeah.
And when I grew up, it was like, don't stop. You know, like the grind. Like you're not going to get anywhere, and like not that they were like, you're not going to get anywhere. But, you know, like you were taught, like it was a different age, like for us, where you were just taught to like work hard and it'll come your way. And
Yeah.
Totally.
it doesn't come to people who just sit around and.
Yeah.
So, but like that's how I feel the generation is kind of getting now. It's just like
Little
instant
bit.
gratification.
Right. That's a
Instant
big
everything.
thing.
Yeah.
Gosh, nobody's patient anymore.
Right.
Like there's so many people. We have a lot of people apply for radio and stuff, and there's a couple people at work. But you know, it's just I've met a lot of people that come in and they're like,
Right now.
"Pop, give me a mic."
Just want it now.
Where
Give
do
me
I
a
clock in?
mic. Where do I clock in? Where's my fan base?
Totally.
And you're like,
Hold
nah.
up, wait.
Right? No,
ain't
you're
here yet.
You're about to. No, you're gonna organize the storage room.
The files, yeah, put them in order.
Right, you know, there's just so many people that just, but I mean, think about it. How many YouTubers are literally, that are, like, younger than us, like, just making so much money, like,
Right.
people
Ridiculous.
editing their own videos and
Yeah.
things like that, where I'm like, oh my gosh.
Deal and I were talking about this the other day, and we were talking about social media and the different generations, how, I guess, like, so the boomers are into Facebook, the millennials are Instagram, and then Gen Z's all on TikTok.
Literally.
But, like, the other thing is, like, within, like, Facebook's, like, a lot of just long paragraphs, like...
I know exactly what you mean. Okay,
You know?
but, like, so is it your Facebook kind of based towards family?
Yeah, totally.
Like, all my friends on Facebook are really just, like, I
It's
only
all
go to
family,
Facebook
yeah.
for my family.
Yeah.
You know?
And then we were saying how, like, Instagram millennials, it's all, like, minute videos or pictures. And then TikTok is just, like, seconds. Like, and it's the time with, like, the generations have their different, oh, shoot, what were you just saying? Like, how they have different, like, their attention span, and you see it, like, decreasing.
It's just, like, continually going down.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, think about your Facebook, too.
Right.
Like, you know, it's more, like, do you ever post on Facebook?
The only thing
And,
I post is, like, Mother's Day, her
right!
birthday.
Mother's Day, happy birthday, Sandy.
Gotta post
Right.
Mother's Day. She'd be
Right.
pissed.
Right,
Waiting for that, yeah.
Like, so Auntie Nikki can see that I'm
Right.
thinking about her. Like, happy
Exactly.
birthday,
Yeah,
It's
happy
like,
birthdays.
right, it is so crazy, and it's funny too that you bring that up, because it's like radio and stuff, like we want to stay within the times and social media and stuff, so they're like,
Yeah.
everybody, even if you're 58, get a TikTok. And you're just like,
You're like, wait.
no, I don't have time for a TikTok, I'm sorry.
It's too
Like,
much.
No, I don't. I'm not going to be on TikTok. I have nothing to do on TikTok right now.
Right.
You know? So, and it's like Snapchat too.
Yeah.
Like you only see things for a couple seconds.
Yeah, you don't
and
even
it
get to keep
goes
seeing
away.
it. You just see it once and it's gone.
Yeah. I had to delete Snapchat for a while because I was
She
just,
did.
Yeah.
for like,
Like,
3 years.
where you
for a
at?
while. Because I would just
Just let
check
all your
it.
streaks go.
I let all my streaks go.
Damn.
Like, I gotta
Overnight.
go.
That's
I gotta
power
go.
right there.
I
You how many
know.
times I snapped you forgetting that you deleted it, and
I
I'm
had
just
so
waiting.
many
Damn, just sitting there
snaps.
pissed
Like,
like.
damn, she don't care.
Just we hang out the next time, you won't talk to me. I'm like, what's your issue with it?
You didn't see my
Send you a
Snapchat.
Snapchat and you didn't reply. Like, bitch,
Didn't even open it.
Oh god.
stop.
Didn't even deliver.
Yeah, it's like, it's so weird to like, I don't know, like, and even with social media, like, I always find myself on there. And then, like, feeling bad about myself, you know?
Yeah.
It's gotta be
It's not
about.
good.
It's a big
for
game
sure.
of judgment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody looks so cool on there.
Yeah.
Like, that's, like, Instagram's thing is, like, it looks great.
Right.
Is it good for you? We don't know.
No.
I hope so.
Try yourself. Find out.
Right.
It's a weird game for sure,
Mhm.
but it's also like all in your head because I know with my stuff, like I want to post the best art and stuff.
Yeah.
'Cause, you know, I
Yeah.
want to put my stuff out there. So, you know, everyone's posting their best stuff, but
Yeah.
you got to like realize that there's so much more behind it.
Absolutely.
Like with the radio, like, you know, all the other work you're putting in just to put out the show.
Mhm.
Right.
But
like
people
it's-
just hear the show,
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Just the on air.
which is fine. Like, that's great, you know?
I mean, that's why you do all that, so people have this
Absolutely.
dope show to listen to.
Absolutely.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
it wouldn't be dope if you didn't do all that stuff.
Yeah.
It'd be a pretty awkward show if you just cracked open a mic and, like, had no
Hey,
prep,
how
didn't
y'all
know how to do
doing?
your levels,
Yeah.
didn't know how to do, you know, blank space, beds. It'd be
I mean,
pretty-
that's what we're doing here.
right, yeah. So, I don't know, man. we'll see. And I mean, social media too is like, it's never gonna go away. It's just it's getting bigger and bigger.
There's just gonna be more platforms.
Yeah. So it's like, we have to be around it, you know? Right. Because that's what's happening right now. But
that's weird. It's another interesting thing is I feel like the world's becoming more voice oriented, because you can listen to stuff and like listen to stuff passively and do other things. So it kind of feeds into the whole grinding, like allowing people to do more things. So it's an interesting thing with radio or like talk shows having like all this recorded voice with like Alexa and stuff where people can just eventually just like say words and get stuff delivered to them. Like,
right, it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy, so like where it's going and like the different ways you can do stuff just with voice and like how much voice is an impact, like even like in the community. Like I've seen so many people now that are just like, you know, using their voice, which is super important about what's going on around us and things like that. Like, you know, like voice is important. It's making an impact.
Totally.
It's huge. It's huge, guys.
It just
Your
keeps
voice
growing.
is huge. Your voice matters.
Right.
It's as huge as you make it.
Yeah, as huge as you make it. But then you also have the people where it's just like, shut up,
girl.
Billy.
No.
Right.
Go back to where you came from.
Why are you on my Facebook status right now? This is the radio page, and all I asked was, what was your favorite beverage? And you're popping off about my music choice. Gosh, I hate when people, they're like, why are you paying Post Malone? Like, that's so stupid. Like, this is a shitty ass station. And you're like, okay, well, one, don't listen.
Yeah.
Right.
Two, don't you think if I could play my own playlist, I would?
Right.
You think I'd be paying Post Malone every 3 songs? Probably not. Probably not, Karen.
Just go listen to this all day.
Right, it's like my favorite thing. Like, no, I'd probably play my own playlist, but, you know, there's a little bit more behind the scenes than just like, I choose this one.
Yeah, everyone thinks there's so much like freedom within your position when there's
not
guidelines that you have to follow.
That's why when people send me a SoundCloud link, I'm like, thanks.
I'm never gonna do anything
with this. I can't do anything with this. Like, chase your dreams.
Well, I was actually thinking about sending you a SoundCloud.
Oh my god! Right? Only wants me on the podcast so you can send me a SoundCloud link.
Classic.
It's my life. And it's so funny. The stuff people send you, it's just like...
Yeah. What's the most interesting thing you've gotten?
Just, you know, like the really bad editing, like, you know, they like grab their boy Jamaica to help him like shoot.
Look at my boy Jamaica on
right? Like all the angles.
All the angles.
You know, when they're like really off rhythm and like they have some name, you know, like Mobbin 71964.
It always got
gang
have
ring
a
ring.
number in it.
Yeah.
And then I'm just like, they're like, my artist, like, here's the number of my agent if you want to call him.
And it's
like my uncle.
It's got to be legit.
I'm like, oh, absolutely. Let me give you a ring, man. Like,
speed dial.
right after Megan Thee Stallion, man, you're up. Hope you're ready to go. Like,
so be ready for this clout.
Yeah, and the people that, like, I've had, this one was pretty bad.
Oh, shit.
So I had a lady come in. She was, like, this dude's agent or whatever. And she brought in this guy. They've been hitting us up of like, hey, like, we want to come in, like, there's this new artist I want you to meet, and it went up. They were trying so hard that they went to the salespeople, and the salesperson was like, oh, like, this is a great fit, like, come on into the studio, B has some time. So I like come, I meet the lady, and she's just like, not the lady, I met this person.
Okay.
And they were, just in case. I met this person and they were very, like, you could tell that it wasn't about the artist. It was, like, wanted it to be about them. You know, they just wanted to just get what they wanted to say across. Like, they weren't really there for, like, it was a selfish moment. So I brought them back or whatever. We did a little interview. I already wasn't going to play it because, you know, like, it's just like, come on, man. Like, I can't play this.
Yeah.
You know, like... So, I'm like talking in an interview, and, you know, asking about music and whatever, and they would jump in, like, on the mic, and just say some crazy stuff.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, just like, support us, we the rap, like, just, like, going off, like, saying what they need to say, cutting me off, like, bad audio, like, this close to the mic, like, pushing the, like, interviewee out the way, like, no, it's my time to shine, like, just bad stuff. And it was such an awkward situation because, like, it was just me and those people. And it was just, like, it was so awkward. I was like, you know, so I was, like, trying to, you know, like, control the thing. And she's like, if you don't play this, like, I know, and I'll be listening, and I know where you guys are.
For
and,
real?
like, yeah. People,
like,
we got some crazy stuff. Yeah. Like, really kind of threatening of, like, this is my artist, you need to be playing this person, like, if this doesn't air, ba-da-da-da-da, and all this stuff. But, like, giving me audio I can't even use because it's so, like... aggressive, up and down, and whatever. The artist didn't even really get to talk, you know. It was just, like... And then...
So the interview was just them kind of, like...
Oh.
Like, blackmailing you, or, like...
Right. Like, if you don't play this... I'm just, like, sitting there, like... I'm sorry, like...
We can't use any of this.
Right. So it was, like, super aggressive. They later on, like, it was 2 enough where I went to my boss and I was like, if you ever hear from this woman again, like, she's not allowed in this building. Like, do not answer. Do not send me email. We moved. Like, she was, like, they were to the point where, like, they would show up, like, just, like,
keep showing up?
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oof,
it was, like, bad. We're also in the not so good side of town, so we've had some weird instances where I've had to call the cops of people trying to get into the station, climb in the building, like on meth, and just like,
what?
Like in the corner, like, and I'm like trying to record my show, and I'm like, ah, and I throw my headphones on, I'm like under the little booth, like, ah,
no one's here.
no,
What?
I can't play your SoundCloud. It's been some weird stuff, but
never boring, I'm sure.
Never boring.
Yeah, it's wild.
Mhm. Yeah.
People do anything for attention.
They'll do anything, and it's always funny because they're like, and like they think like for the cash contest, they think we have like the money in house. Like how smart of that would us
Trying to
be?
break in,
right? Like, nah, man, we don't have that.
Right next to me
right.
with the bell on it.
Just like right at the front door, hoping
You
someone
wanna win
comes.
Cash contest.
Cash contest. Like no, like or like concert ticket. One time for Tech 9, I got followed throughout the city. Because I was doing a promotion of, like, come find me. Like, the first person to come find me would get the ticket.
I mean, you're kind of...
well, right. But, like, not come stalk me all the way back to the station and, like, ride my butt.
You
and
already
like,
found me.
Yeah, like, you literally found me. Like, that had that happen where I got, like, followed. We got chased for some tickets. And, like, she was a diehard fan. She had Tech 9 just, like,
whoa,
all over. Like, running us off the road.
That is
like,
scary.
That was really scary. Recording at night, like I said, and people just trying to get in and
like running you off the road with her car.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck.
That's
a movie shit.
Yeah,
Right
I know. There was like those people are crazy. Tech 9 fans in Colorado Springs, you don't mess with that. Like
right.
When he comes to town, like
you just go home.
You just
Board
you
your
set
windows.
the tickets out and you
run.
You run like in a disclosed area and you just.
Jeez.
Yeah. When, like, those people come to town or stuff, and people will do anything. Anything for concert tickets, meet and greets.
Mm-hmm.
I've had people follow me for meet and greets. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's
People
a lot.
crazy.
Just be safe. Gotta be safe.
That's my advice.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love it.
Damn. Well, we just did an hour.
We did an hour.
We did an hour.
We
Yeah,
did an hour.
that was awesome. You fucking
Thanks for
killed it.
letting me
Thanks
come
for being
by.
on the show, both of you guys, Gab, Brittnee.
Yeah. Thank
Of
you.
course.
That was
Appreciate
cool.
it. Let
Cool
me
to
come
learn
back.
more about the radio. You definitely got to come back.
Yeah.
We'll
We'll talk about all kinds of other stuff because I swear I have another. Like I have a life.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, for real.
Whatever. Yeah.
You got a life? No way.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
it doesn't
trying-
sound like
I'm trying
it.
to live it. Okay.
Doesn't sound like it,
Doesn't
B.
sound like it.
Yeah.
Well, thanks. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
You're
that was
awesome.
cool.
Sits there.
That's it.
That's it. That's all we got.
Actually, I gotta go wash my hair.
That's not a thing.
I was at home actually. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, I left it at home.